Phnom Penh burns, the sky thick with smoke. Fires rage, consuming what remains of the city. The city is shrouded in chaos and tension. Smoke billows, painting the sky in shades of gray and black. The atmosphere crackles with unease. The city is consumed by an inferno. In the heart of the U.S. Embassy, Ambassador John Gunther Dean's office reflects a storm of impending crisis. His weary eyes trace the faces of loved ones, each a silent promise of protection in a world unraveling. Marine guards and embassy staff are rushing around him, a whirlwind of urgent activity as they shred documents and pack belongings. The atmosphere is thick with the weight of responsibility, a somber prelude to an uncertain future. Bathed in the bright light of idealism, a younger Dean faces Cambodian officials, the air heavy with unspoken conflict. Sunlight streams into the ambassador's office, illuminating the youthful determination in Dean's eyes. Crisp military uniforms stand in stark contrast to Dean's earnest plea, a promise hanging in the balance. Dean's words echo in the room, a vow of unwavering support in a world on the brink of change. I promise you, America will not abandon you. The officials listen, their faces betraying nothing as Dean offers assurance, the future uncertain. In the ambassador's sunlit office, a moment of hope shines before the shadows of doubt creep in. At the U.S. Embassy gates, a desperate throng of Cambodians surges forward, their pleas echoing in the air. Mothers, with hearts brimming with hope, lift their children above the crowd, a silent appeal for salvation. The gates stand as a fragile barrier between hope and despair, as desperate families clamor for refuge. Their collective cries for help rise above the chaos, a symphony of desperation echoing through the embassy grounds. In their eyes, a glimmer of hope flickers amidst the turmoil, as they entrust their children to the promise of rescue. In the heart of the USS Okinawa, Colonel James R. Keane embodies unwavering resolve as Operation Eagle Pull looms. The command center buzzes with tense anticipation, each face etched with a blend of grim determination and solemn duty. The low hum of the equipment echoes the heavy responsibility weighing on every soul present. Colonel Keane's furrowed brow speaks volumes as he absorbs the gravity of the impending operation. A palpable tension fills the air, a silent testament to the stakes at hand as Operation Eagle Pull commences. The fate of many rests on their shoulders, a burden carried with stoic resolve and grim determination. In the command center of the USS Okinawa, Keane stands resolute, bathed in the eerie blue glow of the holotable. Pilots surround him, their faces etched with anticipation as they absorb every detail of the projected evacuation plan. The air crackles with tension, punctuated by the deep, resonating hum of the ship's powerful engines. Keane's voice cuts through the heavy atmosphere, a beacon of resolve. Speed and precision, people. That's what will get us through this. The sky above Phnom Penh fills with the thunder of 12 CH-53 Sea Stallions, their powerful engines roaring as they ascend. The massive helicopters, a symbol of overwhelming force, advance towards the city, their shadows looming over the landscape. The helicopters are engines of war, cutting through the air with brutal efficiency. The convoy of helicopters presses on, their metallic bodies glinting under the harsh sunlight. The sky vibrates with the raw energy of the approaching helicopters, a stark prelude to the events about to unfold in Phnom Penh. Inside the CH-53 Sea Stallion, silence descends as Marines from Battalion Landing Team 2-4 gather, their expressions reflecting grim resolve. The air thickens with unspoken tension, each Marine lost in thought as they brace for the mission ahead. The interior of the aircraft vibrates with anticipation, mirroring the inner turmoil of the soldiers. Eyes narrow, jaws tighten, as the reality of their duty settles heavily upon them. The Sea Stallion roars to life, carrying its silent warriors toward an uncertain fate. A U.S. Embassy rooftop transforms into a scene of urgent departure as a helicopter descends, stirring chaos. Embassy staff, faces etched with worry, clutch their possessions, driven by a shared sense of urgency. Driven by the primal instinct of survival, they rush towards the looming helicopter. The helicopter awaits, its open door a beacon of hope amidst the turmoil. Each step brings them closer to safety. High above the city, Ambassador Dean surveys the chaotic scene, his expression a mask of grim determination. He watches with a heavy heart as Khmer staff members are denied passage, their faces etched with disappointment. The boarding process unfolds under his watchful eye, a stark tableau of order and exclusion. His gaze lingers on the faces of those left behind, a silent acknowledgement of their plight. Sorrow etches deeper lines into his face as the reality of the situation sinks in. He stands as a solitary figure, bearing witness to the human cost of political upheaval. Under the broad daylight, the U.S. Embassy stands resolute, a beacon of order amidst chaos. Marine Sergeant Louis Matthews watches from the embassy wall, his gaze sweeping across the courtyard. His eyes narrow, a silent alarm as he spots Khmer Rouge scouts lurking nearby. Tension thickens in the air as the threat becomes visible. The courtyard, once a symbol of peace, now feels like a battlefield. Deep in the bowels of the U.S. Embassy, the archives room becomes a scene of controlled chaos as CIA officer Tom Renner ignites a pyre of classified secrets. Flames begin to rise, hungrily consuming the edges of the files, each flicker a testament to buried truths in covert operations. The fire intensifies, casting an eerie glow that dances across Tom Renner's face. Shadows lengthen, turning the room into a canvas of stark contrasts, symbolizing the blurred lines between duty and destruction. The heat radiates, a silent warning of the irreversible consequences about to unfold. As the flames reach higher, they threaten to engulf more than just paper secrets, careers, and perhaps even nations hang in the balance. Helicopters fill the sky above the U.S. Embassy, their thunderous arrival signaling a desperate escape. Ropes drop from the sky, offering a precarious lifeline from the rooftop chaos. The promise of extraction hangs in the balance as the ropes swing, the last hope for those stranded. The rooftop awaits, a stage for the final act of a daring rescue. The U.S. Embassy, once a symbol of steadfast diplomacy, now faces a growing storm as gunfire erupts through the surrounding streets. The sharp crack of gunfire intensifies, signaling the relentless advance of the Khmer Rouge forces. The sound of gunfire cracks through the air, each shot echoing the imminent threat closing in. The Khmer Rouge's relentless approach sends tremors of fear through the streets, each echoing shot amplifying the chaos. The embassy looms, now besieged, as the echoes of gunfire signal the tightening grip of the Khmer Rouge. On the rooftop of the U.S. Embassy, the final helicopter awaits, its blades cutting through the air. Dean steps onto the helicopter, his figure framed against the skyline of Phnom Penh. His gaze sweeps across the city one last time, the weight of memories etched on his face. Tears begin to stream down Dean's face. The helicopter lifts off, carrying Dean away from Phnom Penh. Across the vast Cambodian countryside, Khmer Rouge soldiers emerge, their advance an inescapable shadow. They move relentlessly, each step bringing them closer to Phnom Penh. The soldiers converge upon the city, their presence casting a pall over the land. A sense of impending doom fills the air as the Khmer Rouge nears their target. Triumph gleams ominously in their eyes, promising irreversible change and terror. Sergeant Matthews delivers a sharp salute, his fatigue snapping violently in the fierce wind. With unwavering resolve, he leaps onto the chopper's skid, ready for action. The roar of the engine intensifies, a deafening symphony of power and purpose. He disappears into the helicopter. On the expansive deck of the USS Okinawa, silence amplifies Ambassador Dean's solitude as he gazes toward the distant horizon. The vast ocean mirrors the weight of failure that settles upon him. Each wave crashing against the ship echoes the relentless passage of time and the immensity of his burdens. The horizon stretches endlessly before him, a stark reminder of the path ahead and the challenges yet to come. The weight of responsibility presses heavily on his shoulders, casting a somber shadow across his face. In quiet contemplation, Ambassador Dean confronts the reality of his mission and the sacrifices it demands. Under the harsh glare of fluorescent lights, Dean faces a sea of reporters, his grip on the podium betraying his inner turmoil. Microphones crowd before him, symbols of the scrutiny he now faces. He pauses, the weight of his next words hanging heavy in the sterile air. With a visible effort, Dean steels himself, ready to confront the consequences of past actions. His voice trembles slightly as he begins to speak. The truth about to be revealed. America made a promise to Cambodia. A promise we broke. Phnom Penh streets teem with Khmer Rouge soldiers, their march a prelude to forced exodus. The population is forcibly removed, driven towards an uncertain fate in the countryside. The once bustling streets fall silent as the last residents are pushed out, leaving behind a haunting void. An eerie emptiness settles over Phnom Penh, a ghost city, echoing with the silence of its abandoned homes. The abandoned hospital stands silent, a chilling testament to a hasty evacuation. Dust motes dance in the sunbeams piercing through the grimy windows, illuminating the desolation. Overturned gurneys and scattered medical supplies hint at the chaos that unfolded. A lone, flickering light bulb casts long, eerie shadows across the deserted corridors. The silence is broken only by the wind whistling through cracked window panes, a mournful dirge for what was. Chaos reigns in the schoolroom, desks overturned and books scattered, capturing a world abruptly interrupted. Open textbooks lie abandoned, each page a silent testament to halted learning. The scene echoes with the ghost of normalcy, now shattered and replaced by disarray. A silent narrative unfolds within the scattered remnants of academic life. Family photos lie scattered across the floor, each a fading echo of joyous moments now lost. Unfinished meals sit silently on the table, growing cold, untouched. The once vibrant home now stands in eerie stillness, a hollow emptiness hanging in the air. Each object left behind whispers tales of lives abruptly interrupted, a testament to the personal cost of sudden evacuation. The silent remnants offer a stark glimpse into the lives left behind. On the deck of the USS Okinawa, Dean stands alone at the railing, the star-filled sky reflecting the void within him. The cold night wind whips around him, whispering tales of the fallen and stirring echoes of loss. His gaze pierces the inky blackness, haunted by visions of faces left behind, each a painful reminder of sacrifice. Amidst the vastness of space and the weight of memories, Dean remains a solitary figure, burdened by the cost of war. The ambassador's office is illuminated by the morning sun, casting dramatic shadows across the room as Dean sits at his mahogany desk. Intelligence reports, detailing the Khmer Rouge's brutality, are scattered across the desk, each line intensifying Dean's despair. The gravity of the reports deepens the lines on Dean's face, etching a map of worry onto his features. A profound sense of urgency grips Dean as he absorbs the grim details, his eyes reflecting a battle against time. Struggling with the weight of his knowledge, Dean runs a hand through his thinning hair, a gesture of frustration and mounting pressure. Despite the encroaching despair, a look of grim determination hardens Dean's features, signaling his resolve to act. The sky over Phnom Penh is pierced by helicopters, their forms growing smaller as they carry away the last evacuees. The city shrinks beneath them, a silent witness to the exodus. The helicopters ascend, leaving behind a city on the brink. The sky is vast and indifferent as the last vestige of hope disappears. The CH-53 Sea Stallion ascends, carrying a Cambodian staff member away from her homeland, each rotation of the blades a tear in the fabric of her past. As the city shrinks below, her face is a canvas of grief and fear, each passing moment etching deeper lines of sorrow. The helicopter's roar becomes a mournful cry, echoing the silent screams within her. Each gust of wind seems to whisper tales of what's been left behind, of lives irrevocably altered. The open doorway frames a world receding into the distance, a stark reminder of all that's lost. In the heart of the Sea Stallion, she is adrift, torn between the hope of a new beginning and the crushing weight of irreversible farewells. At the U.S. Embassy gates, a Cambodian mother watches, her heart heavy as helicopters fade into the sky. Her grip tightens on her child, a silent promise of protection against the unknown. The child, oblivious to the gravity, looks up at the departing aircraft with innocent curiosity. Dust swirls around them, a stark reminder of the chaos they are left behind in. The embassy gates loom large, a barrier between safety and uncertainty. In her eyes, a mix of fear and hope flickers as the last helicopter disappears. Inside, the USS Okinawa's command center, Colonel Keane stands as the weight of grim news bears down on him. Reports flash across the holographic display, each confirming the Khmer Rouge's relentless advance. The digital map reveals the devastating truth. Phnom Penh has fallen. Red markers surge across the screen, swallowing the Cambodian capital in a digital tide of conquest. His face tightens, with resolve as the digital fall of Phnom Penh unfolds before him. The holographic display casts an ominous glow, mirroring the grim reality settling over the command center. Under the cloak of night, Phnom Penh's streets bear the heavy tread of Khmer Rouge soldiers. Their presence casts a long, ominous shadow, a stark reminder of the regime's iron grip. The silence of the city amplifies the soldiers' footsteps, each echo resonating with a grim promise. The air is thick with unspoken tension, every corner a silent witness to the new order. Phnom Penh is held captive, its spirit subdued beneath the weight of the Khmer Rouge's dominion. Inferno engulfs the archives room, consuming the last threads of American presence in Cambodia. The fire rages on, a symbol of irreversible loss. Embers dance in the air, carrying away the final memories. The U.S. Embassy archives room burns. An end. Across the desolate landscape of Phnom Penh, a column of weary souls stretches into the distance. Each face bears the deep marks of exhaustion, mirroring a journey etched in despair. Their steps are heavy, each footfall a testament to the overwhelming burden they carry. The weight of their circumstances bends their shoulders, a silent narrative of hardship. Under the harsh sun, their shadows lengthen, symbolizing the long road ahead and the burdens unseen. Within the USS Okinawa's sick bay, evacuees bear the weight of unseen scars. A medic gently attends to a patient's wounds, a stark reminder of the day's horrors. The wounded sit in silent reflection, their eyes mirroring a sea of shared trauma. In the sterile environment of the sick bay, the physical wounds are a testament to the unseen emotional scars. On the deck of the USS Okinawa, children's laughter pierces the heavy air, their innocence a stark contrast to the grim reality. Their carefree play is a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. A moment of lightness shines on the ship. The children continue playing, a stark contrast to the heavy atmosphere. In the opulent U.S. Embassy, Dean stands, a figure of authority against the backdrop of the American flag. Frustration etches deep lines onto Dean's face as he engages in a heated phone call, his words sharp and urgent. "I'm telling you," Dean insists, his voice rising with desperation. "We need more support. Cambodia is on the brink." The crackling line delivers only bureaucratic indifference, a stark contrast to the urgency in Dean's voice. Dean's frustration mounts as the gravity of the situation in Cambodia intensifies with each unanswered plea. The silent flag watches as Dean fights a solitary battle against unseen forces, his words swallowed by the uncaring void of the telephone line. The sun begins its descent, painting the sky with hues of fire as it sets over Phnom Penh. A long shadow stretches across the city, a silent testament to the day's end. The city begins to glow with the warm light of dusk, preparing for the night. The shadows deepen, obscuring the details of the buildings. Night falls, and Phnom Penh transforms into a landscape of silhouettes against the fading light. Inside the CH-53 Sea Stallion, silence amplifies the weight of the mission as the pilots prepare. The pilots' faces, etched with determination, reflect the gravity of their impending task. Each silent moment heightens the tension as they approach their destination. The Sea Stallion hurtles through the sky, carrying its burden of responsibility. The weight of duty settles heavily on the faces of the pilots as the helicopter continues its flight. Under the vast sky, a Cambodian man kneels before the U.S. Embassy gates, his posture reflecting profound reverence. He bows his head in solemn prayer, his clasped hands a symbol of unwavering faith amidst palpable despair. The embassy gates loom large, a stark backdrop to his solitary devotion. His faith forms a beacon against the encroaching shadows of despair. Each whispered word is a testament to his enduring hope. His posture is a statue of devotion, an emblem of resilience. In the heart of the USS Okinawa, Colonel Keane pores over mission logs, his face etched with concern. His brow furrows deeper as he searches for a glimmer of hope in the aftermath. The weight of responsibility bears down as he reviews every detail. He seeks any sign, any indication that more could have been done to alter fate. Each page turned is a silent testament to the burdens he carries. Phnom Penh falls silent as the Khmer Rouge flag ascends, signaling a cataclysmic shift. The flag waves ominously above Phnom Penh, casting a shadow over the city. Empty streets echo with the silence of a city seized, as the flag stands as a stark emblem of new, brutal authority. A new era dawns, marked by the chilling symbol of the Khmer Rouge flag. The archives room, once a vault of secrets, now stands as a hollow shell. Ashes dance in the air, a ghostly ballet of lost intelligence. Each speck carries a tale, a promise broken, a future erased. The wind whispers through the ruined room, carrying away the remnants of truth. The scattered ashes paint a stark portrait of betrayal and despair. In the silence, the ghosts of secrets linger, forever lost to the world. Under the unyielding Cambodian sun, families cling to each other, seeking solace against the stark reality of their existence. The parched earth reflects the desperation in their eyes, as they gather what little resources they have. Children, faces gaunt with hunger, stare into the distance, their innocence overshadowed by the weight of survival. The relentless heat beats down, testing their resolve as they seek refuge in the meager shade of dilapidated structures. Despite the desolation, their shared struggle weaves a tapestry of resilience, binding them in unwavering solidarity. The mess hall of the USS Okinawa is filled with evacuees, their faces reflecting the weight of recent horrors. Hushed whispers fill the air as survivors recount their harrowing experiences, finding solace in shared understanding. Others listen intently, their eyes wide with empathy, as the weight of the story settles upon them. The mess hall, once a place of lively chatter, now echoes with a heavy silence, the clatter of utensils replaced by somber murmurs. A woman clutches a worn photograph, her eyes filled with a mixture of grief and gratitude as she remembers those left behind. A young boy stares blankly ahead, lost in the depths of his own trauma, his innocence shattered by the events he has witnessed. On the deck of the USS Okinawa, the Cambodian woman stands alone, her body racked with silent, inconsolable grief. Her gaze is fixed on the endless ocean, a stark reminder of the homeland she can no longer reach. Each wave crashes against the ship, echoing the turmoil within her heart as she confronts her loss. The vast expanse of the sea becomes a symbol of both freedom and unbearable solitude. In her tears, the story of a nation uprooted and a future uncertain is silently told. Sunlight bathes the ambassador's office as Dean sits at his desk, a picture of focused authority. A crisp, official letter lies before him, hinting at the burdens and responsibilities of his station. Dear Ambassador, I am writing to express my deepest gratitude for the unwavering support the United States has provided to students like myself in Cambodia. The letter speaks of gratitude, a testament to the impact of his nation's goodwill in distant lands. The weight of responsibility settles upon him, a silent acknowledgement of the lives touched by his actions. Ominous clouds gather ominously over Phnom Penh, a prelude to a brewing storm. The sky darkens as the storm's shadow looms over the city, signaling impending turbulence. The city braces as the atmospheric tension thickens, promising a dramatic shift in weather. Nature's forces converge above Phnom Penh, hinting at the chaos and drama about to unfold. The storm's approach casts a shadow of anticipation over the city, promising a dramatic spectacle. Inside the CH-53 Sea Stallion, Marines sit, weapons at the ready, their eyes constantly scanning. The helicopter vibrates violently, a raw, visceral reminder of their perilous mission. Their faces are set, grim lines etched deep with resolve and unspoken fears. Though lost in individual reflections, they are united by a shared, unwavering purpose. Under the scorching sun, a Cambodian child finds solace in the dust-swept ground before the U.S. Embassy gates. With charcoal in hand, the child etches a helicopter, a beacon of salvation against a landscape of desperation. The helicopter's blades hang motionless, suspended in the air, symbolizing a frozen moment of hope. The child pauses, the drawing complete, the helicopter a silent promise amidst the surrounding despair. The USS Okinawa's command center buzzes with urgent activity as Colonel Keen's commands cut through the air. The crew springs into action, a symphony of controlled chaos as they rush to their posts. The order rings out. Set sail. A new journey begins. Phnom Penh shrinks into the distance, a fading memory against the vast horizon. Phnom Penh's vibrant streets become a scene of forced evacuation as the Khmer Rouge begins its brutal transformation. The city empties, its residents displaced, its history deliberately erased. The once bustling marketplace is now eerily silent. Homes are abandoned, doors left ajar, as families are torn apart. The Khmer Rouge's systematic dismantling of Phnom Penh leaves a ghost city in its wake. The erasure of the past echoes through the empty streets, a haunting testament to a lost world. The embassy archives stand in ruins, their walls darkened by the ravages of smoke and fire. Amidst the devastation, the air hangs heavy with the scent of decay. The scene is a stark reminder of the violence that has consumed this place. Silence echoes through the room, broken only by the occasional creak of settling debris. The blackened walls stand as silent witnesses to the destruction. Even in ruin, the archives hold secrets buried beneath layers of ash and debris. Under the relentless Cambodian sun, the countryside reveals a landscape of resilience and perseverance. Amidst the reminders of past struggles, determined hands rebuild homes, brick by painstaking brick. Life blooms anew as families tend to livestock, nurturing hope amidst the lingering scars of yesterday. The Cambodian countryside stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of its people, their hearts undeterred. Within the USS Okinawa's chapel, evacuees kneel, their faces a canvas of worry and uncertainty. Soft light filters through the windows, casting a gentle glow upon the dust motes dancing in the air. A low, murmuring chorus rises from the congregation, their voices blending in a collective plea for the safety of those left behind. The weight of shared anxiety hangs heavy in the air, palpable in every whispered prayer and furrowed brow. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, their faith radiates, providing them with strength and solace in this moment of profound unease. On the deck of the USS Okinawa, an aged Cambodian elder sits, his face etched with the stories of time. His weathered hands rise, painting vivid pictures of Cambodia's past with each gesture. The vast ocean stretches behind him, mirroring the endless expanse of memories he carries. His voice, a low, resonant hum, echoes against the backdrop of the waves, preserving the essence of his homeland. Each syllable is delivered with the weight of history, a testament to a homeland far away. He continues, the ocean breeze carrying his words like echoes of a forgotten time, resonating with the soul of Cambodia. In the grand U.S. Embassy, Dean stands rigidly as a medal is ceremoniously pinned to his chest. The ambassador smiles widely, but Dean's face betrays a storm of inner conflict. Dean's gaze drops to the medal, his eyes reflecting a growing wave of doubt. The weight of the honor feels heavy as doubt consumes Dean. Over Phnom Penh, the sky transitions as stars begin to pierce through the fading daylight. The first stars shimmer, casting a gentle light over the sprawling city. Darkness deepens, enhancing the stars' radiant glow. These celestial beacons offer a glimmer of hope high above the city. In the darkness, the stars promise light. Inside the CH-53 Sea Stallion, pilots gaze out at the horizon, their faces reflecting a mix of duty and distant longing. Each pilot's face tells a story, etched with private contemplations of loved ones left behind. The rhythmic thrum of the helicopter blades fills the cabin, a steady reminder of their mission and the increasing distance from home. The pilots are lost in silent thought, each one grappling with the weight of duty and the ache of separation. The rhythmic pulse of the helicopter echoes the beating of their hearts, each beat marking the growing distance from everything they hold dear. Under the solemn gaze of the U.S. Embassy, a lone Cambodian woman approaches the towering gates, her steps measured with quiet dignity. In a moment of quiet reverence, she kneels, her weathered hands gently placing a single flower at the gate's base. The flower, a fragile symbol of remembrance, rests against the cold, unyielding metal. She pauses, her eyes reflecting a deep well of unspoken memories and sorrow. A silent vigil unfolds as she lingers, honoring the past with a solitary act of profound respect. With a final, lingering glance, she rises, leaving behind a poignant offering of remembrance and respect. In the heart of the USS Okinawa, Colonel Keane stands amidst the bustling command center, his face a canvas of relief and exhaustion. The command center pulses with life, a symphony of hushed voices and blinking lights filling the air with anticipation. A message blazes across the main screen, announcing news from Washington, D.C. A communication from Washington, D.C. The narration booms, signaling a pivotal moment. Praising the success of Operation Eagle Pull, the words echo, confirming their triumph. In the wake of victory, a shared sense of accomplishment washes over the command center, binding them together in a moment of collective pride. Phnom Penh streets pulse with a chilling dread, each corner echoing the Khmer Rouge's brutal reign. The soldiers march, their faces masks of grim resolve, their presence stifling any whisper of freedom. Heavily armed, they stand as silent sentinels, their iron grip crushing the spirit of the city. Every shadow seems to whisper tales of silenced voices, of a city held captive. The city holds its breath, the air thick with unspoken fear, as the Khmer Rouge's presence looms large. An iron fist silences every hint of dissent. The streets a stage for a silent, terrifying drama. The U.S. Embassy stands deserted, a monument to shattered hopes. Dust motes dance in the silence, a requiem for forgotten diplomacy. The archives room whispers tales of treaties unkept and promises betrayed. Empty desks bear witness to hurried departures, a nation's hasty retreat. The American flag hangs limp, a stark symbol of abandonment and neglect. Under the relentless sun, the countryside unfolds, revealing the silent struggles etched on the faces of those who dwell there. Each day dawns with the same heavy burden, hope slowly draining from weary hearts, leaving behind a landscape of quiet desperation. In the fields, hands toil relentlessly, but the harvest offers little solace, as the promise of a better tomorrow fades into a distant memory. Children play amidst the dust, their laughter a fragile echo in a world where shadows lengthen and dreams wither. Elders sit in silence, their gazes fixed on the horizon, their faces bearing the weight of years and the pain of unspoken sorrows. The Phnom Penh countryside weeps, its beauty marred by the silent suffering of its people, their spirits burdened by the fading embers of hope. Within the USS Okinawa's library, evacuees find solace in books, their faces bathed in the gentle light of reading lamps. Fingers trace maps, eyes scan historical accounts, each page a desperate attempt to comprehend the tragedy. The air grows heavy with quiet concentration. A shared yearning for understanding hangs in the balance. Lost in the pages, they seek answers to the catastrophe that has befallen their homeland. Each turned page echoes with silent questions. each paragraph a step closer to grasping the incomprehensible. In the heart of the ship, the library transforms into a sanctuary of knowledge, a beacon of hope amidst despair. On the deck of the USS Okinawa, a Cambodian artist finds solace in creation. With charcoal in hand, the artist begins to sketch, each stroke a whisper of memory. The skyline of Phnom Penh emerges from the paper, a city distant yet vivid. Each stroke is a conscious effort to preserve the city's fading reality. Sunlight floods the ambassador's office, casting long shadows that amplify the gravity of Dean's solemn task. Dean finishes writing, his brow furrowed, a visible manifestation of the anguish that grips his soul. The weight of unspoken decisions presses down as Dean reflects on the dire consequences. I never imagined it would come to this. Dean voices, his words echoing in the silent chamber. He continues, the weight of my decisions. It's crushing me. Dean whispers, I am deeply, deeply sorry. A final admission of guilt hanging in the air. Phnom Penh awakens as the sun ascends, painting the skyline with strokes of dawn. Golden light washes over the city, revealing its hidden beauty. A city slowly stirs, bathed in the warm, hopeful glow of a new day. Shadows retreat, making way for the vibrant life that pulses through Phnom Penh. The awakening sky reflects in the waters, doubling the city's serene transformation. Hope dawns over Phnom Penh, promising a day of renewal and vibrant energy. Inside the CH-53 Sea Stallion, the pilots navigate towards the distant horizon, their task fulfilled. The helicopter soars through the sky, a powerful symbol of mission success. The vast expanse of the sky meets the determined gaze of the pilots, a silent acknowledgement of their achievement. As the helicopter continues its journey, the setting sun casts long shadows, painting the sky with hues of victory and relief. The USS Okinawa cuts through the waves, its steel deck gleaming under the relentless sun. Dean stands on the deck, the sun beating down as he contemplates the weight of broken promises. Dean reflects on past commitments, his expression filled with regret. We accepted responsibility for Cambodia, and then walked out without fulfilling our promise. The gravity of his words hangs in the air, punctuated by the sound of crashing waves. Dean concludes, his voice laced with disappointment. That's the worst thing a country can do. The streets of Phnom Penh, once vibrant, now bear silent testament to a dark chapter. Scattered remnants of a haunting past emerge. Skulls and bones lie strewn, grim echoes of genocide. The bones are scattered, each telling a silent story of loss and desolation. The stark reality of genocide is etched into the very earth, a haunting reminder. The sun casts long shadows over the remains, a somber light illuminating the grim scene. The silence of the street speaks volumes, a haunting echo of a brutal history. In the heart of the USS Okinawa's command center, Colonel Keane is lost in thought, a holographic map reflecting in his troubled eyes. The low thrum of activity surrounds him, yet he remains distant, haunted by the operation's echoes. His mind replays the events, each scene a painful reminder of the suffering endured by the Cambodian people. He questions if there was a path not taken, a choice that could have lessened their burden. Doubt clouds his face, a silent acknowledgement of the heavy weight he carries for the lives affected. Under Khmer Rouge rule, Phnom Penh's streets transform into a landscape of forced labor and despair. The once vibrant city now echoes with the sounds of grueling work under inhumane conditions. The spirit of the people endures, though their bodies are pushed beyond their limits. Phnom Penh bears witness to a silent scream as its inhabitants toil under the oppressive regime. The USS Okinawa's mess hall is draped in a pall of sorrow. Exhausted faces, each bearing the weight of despair, fill the room. Shadows stretch long across the tables. Sunlight struggles to penetrate the portholes, casting a weak, diffused light. An evacuee's voice cracks with disillusionment. We were promised help, we were promised protection, but in the end, the evacuee continues, their voice barely a whisper. We were abandoned. The mess hall falls silent once more. the weight of abandonment hanging heavy in the air. On the vast deck of the USS Okinawa, Dean stands silhouetted against the endless ocean, his form a study in solitary contemplation. The weight of his choices settles upon him, a palpable burden etching lines of weariness onto his youthful face. A lone figure amidst the immensity, the ocean mirrors the turmoil within him. The endless horizon stretches before him, a silent testament to the uncertain path ahead. The sea whispers secrets of battles fought and sacrifices made. Dean absorbs the echoes of the past. Phnom Penh's streets are a labyrinth of decay, where crumbling buildings stand as silent witnesses to a forgotten world. Amid the chaos, a lone survivor threads through the crowds, their face a canvas of worry etched deep by unseen hardships. Clutching a worn photograph as their only compass, they scan each face, their eyes mirroring a desperate hope against all odds. The survivor's gaze pierces through the crowd, seeking a familiar face in the overwhelming sea of strangers. The streets of Phnom Penh echo with silence as the survivor pauses, their heart pounding with anticipation. In a moment of quiet resolve, the survivor tightens their grip on the photograph, pushing onward into the unknown. Under the vast, starlit sky, the USS Okinawa cuts through the night sea, its metallic deck reflecting the faint moonlight. The scent of salt fills the air, carried by a cool breeze that whispers across the ship's deck. Amidst the solitude of the night, Dean stands on the deck, his figure silhouetted against the starry expanse. The distant sound of waves crashing against the hull underscores the weight of his words. In a moment of stark realization, Dean whispers, "What have we done?"